Hello and welcome to the channel. My name is Karsh the Goblin. This is the Goblin Cave, and today we're doing something a bit different because we had a little bit of a late not really a cancellation, but our normal show is not going ahead as normal. We are doing our backup show, which is an Adventurers League one shot. Well, we're using it as a one shot, but all kind of a how can I put it? We're going to possibly piece them together at some point if there's other times where we have a cancellation where we can't do our normal show. We're going to be doing these in the background because they're still fun, and we get to learn a little bit of the behind the scenes of what's happening in Descent into Avernus from a different perspective. So we'll go to our cast for today. So hi everybody.
Hello. Hi.
So I understand we're kind of a little bit late today for getting started. We've been making up characters really quickly, slowly, and I've been reading the adventure slowly and also quickly making up an overlay. Well, doesn't look very made up, but it's strangely a lot of changed in the little bit of what you can visually see. So we are going to be doing the Season 9 Episode 1 Adventurers League Escape from Eltergard, i.e. we're escaping from Elturel, which is the capital of Eltergard, and we've kind of had the other side of things where we've been in Baldur's Gate and seen what's been happening, and then we ended up in Elturel, so in Elturel. Now we're going from the other side where you're just outside of Elturel, but after it fell, you're still on the normal, you're not in hell. That makes sense. So we usually have the player character names as well underneath the characters, or underneath the players as well. So sorry we don't have that. I might get some time to type them in, but I've been working on other things in the prep for this really quickly. So would anyone like to start talking, and so I don't keep doing this and just start explaining?
I thought you were passing on introductions. Sorry. No,
let's do the introductions.
Okay, who goes first? MOP, how about you?
Alright, I'll go first. I am Mr. Producer. I mostly do VR content and hit block and production work, and today I'll be playing your Wood Elf Ranger. We've been talking about rogues all day. Wood Elf Ranger, yellow. Oh god, I'm broken. Yellow Panama. Yeah, that's me. Del?
Hi everyone, I'm Del. I normally just sit around waiting for the opportunity to play D&D, so happy to be here. Today I will be bringing you a human cleric who may or may not call themselves Lady Grace of House Majesty.
Yes. Calling themselves there might be a clue.
Hi guys, I'm Will. I stream sometimes, but taking a little bit of a break this week. But I am playing Luca, human fighter. So yeah.
Will playing a class without spells. Shock horror.
I didn't even notice that.
Actually,
I can't stab.
So you're gonna end up going down the arcane archer route. Yeah. Gotta pick up those spells.
Oh look! You just walk around.
Okay.
Oh look! It's a staff
like
of stabbing.
Don't worry.
Pop in a magic initiate.
Just pick it all up. It's on.
Hey, Magic Man, welcome in.
Hey, Magic Man, roll better, Karsh. Yes, he will. No, you don't want him to roll better. He's a DM for a change.
I mean,
if you donate,
first level, we're probably gonna die.
if you donate enough, you can give me a D20 to roll even better against the players.
No.
Yeah, you can pay to kill people.
Poor the level ones.
If you donate less, then you help us.
Yeah, anything less though, you're helping.
Less is more.
You can pay to kill. You can pay to kill people, just like in real life. Okay.
So I don't know about less being more.
Anyway.
I'm Yeller.
So I'm quickly actually putting in the character names here.
Yeah.
How old
That's
is
kind of what I'm doing.
How old is he?
Oldish. He's just about to add off for elf. So about, I think I put 98 because I went.
98 is actually still like a barely getting adult.
Yeah,
Exactly.
You're like a little small human.
Yeah, you're like 17 and a half. Literally.
In my day, we had these things called tapes. Now this newfangled CD stuff. What's a CD?
So did I know about your fixed D20? It only rolls 19s. That's not a fixed D20. You want to roll 20s or higher.
No, you always roll 20s. It looks suspicious.
Yeah,
See,
exactly.
Yeah.
If you only roll
My-
19s. that's
See, my
People notice
D20
when you're
works
like,
really
oh,
well.
I crit.
My D20 goes really well. It rolls up to 25. I've got another one which rolls up to 30. It's so much better. Like, you might not get 20s all the time, but you're going to hit a lot more, and you're going to save those death saves so much more.
No, what you want
Not
is
if
this
It's
dice.
not possible to lose a death save, is it? You have over only 10.
It is. You still have one. It still starts at one.
No, because your constitution. No, it doesn't have to.
No, you still start at one. You just go
Mind you,
higher.
I am thinking about starting to do custom dice because I'm looking at resin 3D printer.
Ooh,
Ah,
pretty.
Yes, I also want to learn how to print for cheating. I'm just kidding. Custom dice is really cool.
I'm actually
Yeah,
thinking about
that's-
doing game a PLA and a resin because why not?
Oh.
There's so many pretty dice makers these days. It's like there's so many combinations, so many.
Oh yeah. Dice is really gorgeous.
I'm not someone that will buy dice all the time. Dell.
I
It
am.
makes it makes a really good promotional thing. Hint, hint, nudge, nudge. Buy my dice.
But can you inscribe Twitch TV Goblin Cave onto the dice? I mean,
With a resin printer, yes, I can. And then make a silicone mold and then do that. Trust me, I'm doing a lot of stuff. I've been doing a lot of learning that. There's nothing else
Can
to
you
do.
make them look like they go from like a cloudy blue to a cloudy reddish orange?
ooh.
They'll
enough
be like
time.
the background for.
With enough time, probably.
Can you put a face?
I would
And
buy
if you want to see
those.
that, have a look at our Twitter that we just did, because that's the one we did with our faded. Can I embed that? I don't know. I never know how to do that. Just gonna embed that in chat right now.
Yes,
That's the
plug
one
it
we just
on.
did. Plug the Twitter.
Bye.
We do have Twitter. We do have Twitter at Goblin.
Are you delaying the inevitable?
Of like delaying the inevitable of like, yeah, I haven't really prepped this because I'm just like,
Stalling. He's
Crap.
stalling.
okay, let's go. Let's start. So would you like to so the party, what is kind of not really a party, but the party has found themselves on the way to Eltergard, on the way to Elturel. Their wagons have had to camp outside the city because they arrived at the front gates, at the trade gates essentially, just too late to be entered in the previous night. So you've had to camp on the outskirts. The outskirts has just loose, not really a township, but those that don't like the whole strictness of Elturel itself, because Elturel is the bastion of perfect humanity and whatnot, and piety, and they have the companion, which is a glowing orb, a second sun, which resonates over the city itself and shines holy radiant light over the city and the surrounding towns. The surrounding area, of course, being just inside and not outside that holy radiant light, because outside that radiant light there's a kind of an issue with undead. That said, it's a really weird night if you've not been in Elturel before, because you don't get to sleep, or you don't get much sleep, because, well, you've got a sun right above you shining light into your campsite. And can anyone want to explain why you're on the way to Elturel? What were you doing? What was your business?
Lady Grace, would you care to explain?
Not drugs.
Well, that's a
Which sounds suspicious.
It does sound
Yeah,
quite
no, that
suspicious,
is called
doesn't it?
not drugs.
We're not.
That's labeled in barrels called not drugs. Don't investigate, please.
So the Karen
No,
is
I
filled.
mean we're on the most legitimate of endeavors. I mean, we have papers here, you see. We're just looking to bring our goods into the city to sell them. I mean, no one needs to know that it's black powder, but
Just trying to make it
fully
honest.
legitimate. I have the papers for it.
It just doesn't say black powder. It's just
No.
trade goods of any other
It says
variety.
fruits.
Fruits.
Yes.
Lady Grace, how would you
Pomegranate seeds
explain?
and kiwis and oranges.
Is
So the
kiwi
group of
fruit
smugglers.
in Elturel? Oh, sorry, there's no kiwi fruit in Elturel. We're smuggling. No, we're bringing them in. I'm sorry to say.
Just as a query, can we get a how good that forgery was?
Oh, yeah. What ability is that?
I think it's going to be intelligence
Oh no.
because
I
it's
know,
not
I
just
think it's
about
more like
being
performance.
dexterous.
I hope all of us dumped intelligence.
I mean-
Well, I didn't dump intelligence. It's just not as good as. I mean, yeah. If it's dexterity, my dexterity is better. But I can do
I know.
intelligence.
That's why I'm asking intelligence, because you don't have to. It's not just about being the fine lines. It's also about understanding what lines to put in. Your line
No
work and your
idea what
artwork is
Elturel
amazing.
wants.
You just haven't had any reference to documentation of Elturel to actually reference. And with a 5,
You did
it's
in crayon.
pretty. You think it's amazing. It's just not what they use.
I imagine all
Um,
it says is just let me in.
With a 5.
I do what I
Written-
want.
Yeah.
Written
Um,
under it. Definitely not black powder.
Yeah. Definitely not smuggling.
But it's in such a
as the
pretty
company
script
name.
that you can't really read it.
It's
Actually,
beautifully written.
would
It
you have
just
written
says-
it? What language would you have written it in?
Was it even in common?
Probably common.
Oh,
There might be some fancy shit in Elvish. Like, you know how sometimes people put like Latin around like certain like I'm
All
trying
it
to
says,
put like some fancy Elvish.
Elvish script just says bed.
Elvish script says warranty void in Elturel.
Yeah.
In medieval
Imagine,
times,
like-
it was Latin or French was the language of the nobles.
I feel like Elvish is like a French equivalent.
Mhm. Actually, in English nobility, most of them were French anyway, so they would speak French, but then they would write or something like. Well, Latin was for the religions, but they would also have there would also be one of the few people trained in that.
I mean, that's why with it
Yeah.
being a human, I picked up my extra language as Elvish because I felt
Yeah.
like that sounded stuffy and noble.
It does. It's really much stuffy and noble, yes, because you're totally
As an
legitimate
elf,
noble,
yes,
yes. Lady Grace.
Yes.
So the next morning, after camping outside uncomfortably in the light of Elturel, in the light of the companion, and I've got to read. Where's my? There we go. There's my thing here. As you're waking up and just getting ready for the day and having your breakfast and getting ready to move out within about half an hour's time, it all happens so fast. Before your eyes, the companion, a shining orb that shed its holy light upon Elturel, turned black, bathing the city into darkness. After briefest moments, all that remains of the city is a massive crater.
Well, if only it happened last night.
For cities like these, or just there to be giant for the sun to turn black like this? Is that common?
No. No, not that I'm aware of. That's very new.
Well, it's better be new. I mean, well,
So
Okay,
what do we
let's-
do with our kiwi fruit now?
Should we try and sell it out here? There's a couple of merchants out here. If we could just drop it off now. I mean, going inside the city with the black sun does not seem like a good idea to me.
Well, the problem is there's no actual city anymore. It's a giant smoking crater.
Wait, is it a giant smoking crater?
I think so. Is it a crater at the moment, or is it just popped down and it's gone?
It is just a crater. About 50 meters away from you is where the crater starts. And there's just nothing. You can see in the distance, in the far distance, the other side of the crater, where there's where there's a forest and whatnot on the other side of Eltrograd, or Eltro, and you can see from the sides. There's still a couple of buildings around from the outskirts of the city, but there's not much left from the outside. Otherwise, there's just a deep black hole.
What does everyone else seem to be doing that was like waiting outside?
Yeah, can we?
Panicking and
Because
screaming.
like I'm just like,
What? Who do we sell our not drugs to now?
Well, I've never seen that before. And that's...
Strange.
Um...
Well, let me just go back to sleep and let me see if this,
So there's people running around, there's
I
panicking, there's
reach
screaming.
over and I pinch Luca.
No! Stop! You're a lady. Stop.
Are you sure we're not sleeping still? It's not just like a shared nightmare.
This is.
I reach over and I pinch Yeller.
Ow!
And as you say that, one of the buildings not too far from you just falls off the cliff.
Okay.
Nope. Getting away from the hole is a very good idea.
Yeah.
The hole's not growing. Sorry. The hole's not growing in size, is it?
No, it was just kind of perched on the side, and just the ground that came off from underneath it just finally gone, and it just tipped and fell into the hole. Hole, that is.
Dara? Is that?
Dara is your
Hi,
wagon
Dara.
leader.
Because frankly, I don't believe we've really gone over what to do in this kind of situation back
We need to
home.
find
We
Dara.
planned for every eventuality apart from the city disappearing
Yeah.
and the traveler falling and everything else.
This is. Yeah. Where's Dara? Where is she?
Yes.
Dara?
Dara's been.
Where are you?
Dara's
She was in the city.
starting to get into. Well, you know, Dara was starting to get the wagons ready for movement as you were getting your breakfast, being lazy and not really doing the helpful stuff. Dara,
What does she expect us to do?
We're just sitting there.
I've got a hand out
We
here.
are just innocent travelers.
Yes. What is Dara doing?
I'm just trying to get the handouts right. There we go.
And this is where you use tags.
Hey, this is why we're late. Got a handout here for Dara. There. Show the player's handout. There we go. I'll do this one.
Oh, she's pretty.
So there's Dara. There's the wagon mistress. So Dara says, I don't know what to do. I think we might have to go to Baldur's Gate and find somewhere else to go. We might need some help though.
That sounds like a good idea, Dara. That's why you're the leader. We should probably get out.
There may be some stragglers in the outskirts. Maybe they can help us. Maybe they can pay. Pay for passage.
I suggested that earlier. We could try. We should try to sell our stuff to the people that are around here instead. If the city is not.
Don't think people
I
like
mean,
that.
what you said they're going to make of it if the whole city's gone.
Well, maybe they want to feel better. I don't know.
Landscaping? They've got a good start.
I fine. Let's try to find some people to Safety in numbers. Safety in numbers. All right.
But we can, yeah,
Let's move back a little bit first, and
protection.
let's just spend some time move the caravan back, and then we'll have to we'll make it known that we're looking to help. We'll make it known we'll help gather people together, and yes, of course, for a fee. We'll at least make some profit out of this trip. God, the whole city went, and we might need to actually get some help. And then it's like we may need to get some weapons, and so we can offer protection. And we'll need to start working and get that ready. So you spend the next, say, half an hour cleaning up campsite hurriedly, or about an hour, and just moving everything back away from the edge by about half a mile, just to be on the road out of town, but not really as close as where you were near the gates. But Dara says, I think there was a smithy nearby. We might need some weapons, and that will help. That'll help us. And if you see any survivors, direct them this way. Just be careful, and we'll. After you're back with that, we might need some food as well.
Yeah, because we are running a bit low.
Well, we had enough for our journey to Eltragard, to Elturel itself. We don't really have anything to go back.
Yell looks behind him and just goes,
What are you pointing at, Yellow? What is it, boy?
I fell down the well! What's that, Skip?
All right, we should. Okay, so Dara, you said find survivors, get weapons, find food. All right.
Yes.
Sounds good.
There's a smithy. There's a smithy that was north of the gates. Well, pretty much where we were camping last night. Go to the north. Hopefully the streets are there. Just be careful of the edge.
Wait, we're going inside the city.
No. There's no city.
Sorry.
Outside the city.
Large crater that
outside the city. I've gotten things from him before when we had issues. Just look for an anvil on a sign.
Luckily, none of us spent all of our gold, so we'll be able to buy up all the weapons they have.
Perfect. Yes, all of our.
Why are you buying?
Just take.
Well, if we purchase them, then we can sell them at an inflated price if we don't need all of them.
Oh, you're so smart. Yes.
I'm
assuming that we're going to get weaponry, get people to come along with us at that fee, and if they want a little extra. Oh yeah, if he's not there. Assumed he would be.
Well, he may have lived inside the city.
Well, let's go.
Yeah. All right, let's go.
I would assume he would have lived inside the city, so yeah.
Let's try to
just get what you can. Weapons. If he doesn't have weapons, and Smiths still have hammers, so hammers can be used as weapons anyway. Aprons as well. Useful for armor.
Well, along we shall go.
Wait, Dara, you're not coming with us, Dara? Hold on. You're gonna stay here?
I'm gonna stay here, take care of everything here, and see if we can find. And if any stragglers come past, I'll see if we can recruit them and bring them into the caravan and see how much we can charge. I don't know.
All right.
Weapons first, then we'll see what we can do about getting some food.
Yeah.
Okay, good plan.
Hearing about more armor, Luca is going to.
What was that?
hearing about more armor, Luca is going to go walk quickly to go to the armor to the smithy.
Says the person that wanted full plate armor for a
I
first
didn't
level
say-
character. Hey GM,
say
I got a question. Can I have? So before we get into the things, well, just want to point out that we are using Syrinscape for the audio, and while we are using Adventurers League material, I am not a certified Adventurers League GM. We're just running this as a scenario. We're not running this as full Adventurers League rules. Really want to point that out before we get too far into this. So just wanted to, if you're Adventurers League, I'm sorry. We're going to be not following all the rules for Adventurers League. Sorry. I like this scenario. Anyway, so you head off into the, well, not really the city, but the outskirts, staying a little bit to the side. How are you, how are you looking? Are you just searching? Are you hiding? What's the plan? What's the...
Well,
Would you classify this as forest or grassland?
It's neither. It's outside. It's outskirts of rural.
Okay.
okay. It's like
So
plains.
it's urban, but it's like sparse urban sprawl.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
If we'd like to be stealthy, I can assist.
No, save those for later. I think that this is not going to be the easiest of days.
Oh no, I can. It doesn't take anything from me. I tap Yeller and give Yeller blessing of the trickster.
Oh.
So if you want to stealth,
All right.
it'd be a little better.
Stealth.
And can I get a
Can't
perception
promise.
check, please, from Luca?
8.
8. Can I get a perception check with disadvantage from Lady Grace and Yeller?
Take out my sword and my shield.
I'm just having a look. I don't have any advantage. One on my thing.
No, it'll just be, we'll take the lowest.
Just roll twice. Okay.
Yep.
Perception.
I haven't edited the characters. We're not rolling on the dice
11.
as well. Okay, so 11 and 13s. Lady Grace, as you're going, oh, that's no problem, and you tap Yellow on the shoulder, you notice in the distance some creatures coming up from the hole itself. They look like large birds initially, but then you can clearly see that they have arms underneath their wings and legs and a tail, and they're certainly not. They're not birds.
That's
Yellow's
Strange.
looking at Lady Grace's eyes, going, "What's that?"
no. But, and I turn Yeller around.
And as soon as it's pointed out and see them, they'd all blink and turn invisible. There was about a
Oh, I
dozen
don't
of
like
these
that.
creatures in the distance.
Luca was looking.
See?
at
I thought maybe just some strange things fell in the hole and were coming. That does not bode well, Luca.
Right
okay.
before they disappeared, they started moving out towards the outskirts of the city, and then they all disappeared
You saw something?
in different
What did you
directions.
see?
I have a
That is.
feeling something's around here. They're, I guess, invisible now, or maybe they just all vanished.
You're saying there's ghosts?
There's something not right that came from that crater.
Well, a city normally
Well-
doesn't. Though, well, nothing's right about here. What should we do? Should we?
Well, job well done. The Smithy's building was destroyed. All right, time to go back to Dara. Try to go back to Baldur's Gate. Oh, all right, we tried our best. Unfortunately, our best wasn't good enough. All right, let's go.
Wow, that's a
I still
short
think we
game.
should-
Wow.
I was going
let's
to say
roll the
we should
credits.
check out the smithies, because if we know there's going to be invisible creatures around, I think the more things we can find, the better. There might be stuff there that can help us find invisible creatures.
Always use more crossbow bolts.
I am running low.
I've
on
got 40
everything.
for this stuff. I think I'm like 100.
Yeah, we.
Just stick together and maybe let's try and not be as obvious as.
All right. Yellow, you go first.
Okay, I travel ahead towards where I was told the smithies was, and I'm doing it stealthily.
Can I get a stealth check, please?
Please.
And you have advantage because of
Yes, I
Blessing
do.
the Trickster.
13 is good enough.
Better than 8.
It is better
Yes,
than
it
8.
is.
Can I get a stealth check for the others, please?
Oh no.
Sure.
Oh no!
I have disadvantage. Oh, okay, 14. Good enough.
Why do you
I
have
stealth
disadvantage?
as well as I forge, but
Heavy
I
armor.
look great doing it.
I have heavy armor, so I have disadvantage at stealth. I mean,
I
if
was-
you look at Luca is wearing 3 sets. He has leather armor, and then he has some armor, and then he has his chainmail on the top. He's wearing 3 sets of armor.
Which
And that's why
actually
I
was
didn't
legitimate.
bless Luca.
People did used to wear chainmail underneath a breastplate, but yes. And then you have gamers underneath that, which is your padded armor.
Yes. Also have
That's
a
how
hard leather apron.
armor works. So I'm going to roll this.
Oh,
I
no.
have to with those rolls. Okay, I had a number in
feel like-
mind, or at least a range, and as you're stealthily going, not through the rubble, but essentially going through buildings, or going through like from one building looking out, then next building looking out, and then like running across the street to the next one, and like just pretty much trying to keep to the shadows and keep to the corners of buildings. You hear behind you. Actually, I can do this way. You can hear behind you some screams.
That doesn't bode well.
And the advantage that's
Um,
behind us.
It's behind you. They went a different direction.
Okay, we go this way. This way. Good. I like this already. Live. I'm only a young
Clean up
98
crew.
years old.
So after about 20 minutes of keeping it, like, actually no, about half an hour of moving along and just going through the sparse streets around here, you do spot up ahead a simple shop with the typical anvil hanging outside, like the sign is an anvil hanging outside the front door. You see that the front door is a little bit of ajar, how do you approach? Is it still stealthily, or is it still?
Yes.
it's still
For a
trying
given
to
value
be
of stealthily.
I'm still using the same roll, so yes, it's still trying to be stealthily. As you approach, you hear from the inside. If you're after my weapons, you're too late. Someone's already stolen. If you come back, you're gonna have to. If you come back for more, you're gonna have to go through me. And that's being shot from the inside.
Do you have armor at least?
What do you have?
You have
We
at least
just got here.
You see a chunk of what you think is maybe metal, but like black metal. But then you see a little bit of smoke trailing it, thrown out the front door into the street, and it's a piece of burning coal that's thrown out
Would
the
you
front
take
door.
a good lady's gold?
You don't think it was? You think it was thrown as a warning more than anything?
Yeah.
We can pay. We can pay. Just please.
We can give passage away from the big giant smoking crater.
Whatever's
A
outside
half
making
price.
people scream.
A very large man comes to the front door, looks down the street. While you think that you're totally hidden, he just looks right at Lady Grace, in all her finery, just standing out there, just looking like a lady and not looking like someone in hiding.
I curtsy.
So you don't look like bandits. What do you want?
This is your lady. This is your lady, Grace. She is here.
Yes, if we have some gold, or we can offer you some safe passage, away from whatever's going on here. I thought I heard some screams earlier, and frankly, I'm sure that you want to get out of here as much as I do, good sir.
Well, I don't have much left. Well, I don't have anything left. And he reaches down and pulls up a close sign, which you see has been smashed in two. He puts it together and then puts it onto the front window area, the front sill. Because you just missed the bandits come through. They stole my stock. If you're looking to get out of here, they might be useful to have some weapons.
Follow them. Yes.
Okay,
certainly.
which way? Which way they travel? Do you happen to see which way they travelled?
I wasn't here at the time. I was checking on my home, and they hit just as they hit while I was out checking on my family. But my family, and he looks distantly into the city, what was left of the city. They went to the market. I came back and found my apprentice tied up, and she might know.
Okay, let's go and talk to your apprentice.
Yes.
So he opens what was once the door and just ushers you in off the street, and he just looks up and down the street and kind of just places it and blocks the door again, so it doesn't really function anymore. Inside you see a female half elf, what looks to be rubbing cream onto her wrists, and underneath her wrist you can see rub marks or burn marks on her wrists. She looks like she's been crying as well. She looks up at the blacksmith. Volus, this lady and her entourage, bodyguard, they're offering shelter, and but they're looking to deal with the bandits. Did you see which way they went? The half elf looks up and says, "Well, I think they went. I think they went northeast. I'm not really sure, but they were carrying some of the stuff which they weren't very strong, so they may have left a track.
It'll slow them down a bit then, at the very least.
Okay, good.
That's if they could carry it fully. They struggled to get it out the door, so there might be drag marks in the ground.
Foolish bandits.
If you're going to rob a store, you take a cart. It's simple. It's economics.
How can
Anyway.
they rob a store?
Not that we know anything about robbing
Yeah,
stores.
of course.
No. I'm not here anyway. I'll go out the front door and run and see if I can get a check on the trail.
If you are looking for some semblance of safety, just head in that direction. We've got a caravan, and I'll go and I'll follow Yeller, and I'll have pointed in the direction of Dara.
I was just wondering which direction you are pointing to, legitimate or false.
Oh yeah, totally legitimate.
Just checking.
We are legitimate business people, honest.
So the episode or the mini adventures are going to be called Refugees and Rogues, because as you might not have noticed, they're not the most legitimate of businessmen.
How could you?
How could you
Yeah,
besmirch our
milady.
good name?
I
This is
know.
Dare you?
Slander. It's libel.
What was the first thing we rolled? A forgery.
No,
Roll.
that was we were trying to do blacksmithing. It was just misspelled.
Yeah.
Not a
Can I?
forgery.
Yeah,
Yeah, what were you asking for?
No, it was a
I
bureaucracy roll.
just
That
wanted
was
to
right.
see how good my calligraphy was getting.
Can I get a
Survival?
so I think survival is your tracking with advantage in this circumstance.
Okay.
Long.
Come on, get.
More than a 5. That's good.
This is band 1.
Yeah. So it's with advantage. So you do notice that there's footprints in this area, and you notice scuff marks, heavy scuff marks every now and then, as someone has dragged something away from here. They start at the front door, and there's a direction to that, and every now and then they disappear, and then about 10-15 meters up the road they hit the ground again, and there's a little bit of dragging, pick up again, and then dragging, pick up again and dragging, and they've left you pretty much an easy trail to follow.
Amateurs.
Amateur looters.
It's not like their city was just something happened to it. So it's fully understandable that, but still, amateurs.
He's only supposed to loot at the cover of night. Don't you understand?
Um,
Anyways,
Actually,
So are we out of earshot from?
Oh, we're out of earshot now.
yeah.
We're following the trail.
I'll say. Well,
Yeah.
to be fair, we were going to do the same thing.
Well, I mean,
Yeah,
Not
but
they
we're
under the cover of
professionals.
night.
yeah, they wouldn't have at least recognized our faces. But the thing is, obviously, he does not need protection. But hopefully, Dara can get some little bit of silver out of him for escorting them back to Obfuscate. So bandits.
Okay.
Right, we're not-
bandits.
bandits aren't scary. Good. All right.
So
Level 2.
you follow the tracks, and they leave out of the outskirts of the city and into low rolling hills in the outskirts of the outskirts. So you're into nature. And again, you can see it's a very obvious track. At the side of one of the hills, there seems to be a small building that's built into the edge of the hill. And you can see, even before you get close, that that's pretty much the only thing in the area, and that it's certainly going into that area, into that direction. How do you
Couldn't be
approach?
more obvious.
A little bit too obvious.
How do you approach though? It's a sparsely wooded area, but you can see up ahead that this is about the only thing here, and that the tracks are certainly going into that direction.
Yella, can you figure out how many there are from the tracks?
All right. Can I figure out how many there is for tracks?
I would ask for another one without the
Yes, thank
advantage
you.
in this circumstance. Another
I'm
survival.
glad of that.
Yeah. Because there's a different aspect of it.
17.
You think it may have been 4? Could it be 4 to 5?
4 to 12.
That's
Probably more by 5 or 6.
quite a bit.
Wider.
Well,
4 to 12.
well 4 to 12, but oh, sorry.
Um,
Big
What?
giant draggy thing. I assume more people, so about
You can
4
take
to
on
5.
10 at least, but not 11. Maybe too much. But
I can probably take on at least 8. It's been a hard day. Let's assume 5.
all right.
If there's more, there's more.
Fine.
Can I use?
Try to get the jump on them, right?
Yeah, can I run either stealth or mask of the wild to have a see if I can go a bit further ahead and see if I can spot where they are?
You can do stealth to get close to then scout and then come back. Yep.
Yep, that's what I'll do.
At the moment, you're in an area where you're not seen. You don't need to do stealth at the moment, but if you're going to get closer, that's.
I'm going to try to get closer
Okay.
and see if I can find people.
Yeah, and get a better idea of if the tracks
Yeah.
do lead to this or if it's.
If it's a
Yep.
red herring.
Yep. You've been doing far too much work on Call Cthulhu.
Yes, I have. I have. And in Call Cthulhu, these are great rolls.
Yes,
Oh, yeah.
they are. Well, are they lower than your skill? not.
At the moment, oh
No, they're not. They'd still be a fail. Your skills are 5.
I'll spend a luck.
No luck. You have no luck. Your luck has run out. So you go closer. You think you're stealthy. The two behind are going, oh god.
You just see him rolling between trees.
The commando rolls.
Being stealthy.
You get closer, and there is indeed an old dirt track which leads up to it, and you see the marks leading to the front door. You also notice that there's an old worn statue near the front, like right next to the doors in the front. Can I get a religion roll, please? With your background, I'll give it as an advantage.
Okay.
Due to the opposite, this looks to be the god of justice. You can't really see like the makings out of the actual figure itself, but when you see the scales in one hand, you go, "Oh God, no!"
I walk back to the others and I relay information of the statue of the god of justice and going, maybe Hell Riders. That might be what's so bad at thieving.
So the other thing is that when you get closer, you can notice the two wooden doors. One of them slightly ajar, not enough to see in at the moment, but they're slightly ajar.
I mean, they've got what's coming to them then.
I want to go and have a look, but no, I shouldn't.
Wasn't that on the list Dara told us not to mess with when we were in Altargard? Wasn't that on the list? Were they number 1 on the list? Let's mess with them.
Well, there's no city left.
Well, they're messing with other people. And yes, it's not like they're within Elfrel.
Oh, that's right. So that means the list doesn't count here.
Get some parchment. Yep, number 1.
But we're not in the city, so it's fine. We can.
It's fine.
Right.
I mean, I can forge another list. Take them off it if you like.
Would you
no.
check it twice?
Can you forge that
Right.
well?
Okay, so what's
I
our
can
plan?
make it look pretty. That's what's important.
Our plan, everyone.
It's the smiley faces for the eyes. That's the.
That's the tell.
No, it's little hearts on top of the eye.
Yes.
Are
Of
we going
course.
in the swords are blazing, or are we running any of the plans? Are we doing any of the what are we doing? Are we trying to trick them as I look at Lady, or are we trying to get the jump on them as I look at Yellow?
Well,
Because we don't
what
know
are you
if they're
doing?
going to attack us on sight.
Ding dong ditch. Knock on the door, run away.
I mean, if we want to try to get a surprise on them, we can. I have some things that I can set up in front of the door. Possibly. But
Well, on the
depends.
upside, when you were closer, it did look a very old, abandoned, and it's only like 20-foot ride entrance to, as in the building structure is about 20-foot wide, going into the hill, and then if it goes deeper into the hill, then it goes deeper into the hill, but you don't really know. But the frontage, at least, is only about 20-foot wide, and looks very old
How big is
and
the
not
door?
used. And even the dirt path doesn't look like it's a fine, perfectly maintained. It looks like it's old and not used.
Hmm.
Alright. Should try it. Well, I mean, the tracks lead there, right? The drag marks, yellow?
Mm. Yeah.
Inside, wait, is this, so is it a building? It's a building, right?
It's like a frontage of a building, but it goes into a hill.
Like like a cavern. Oh, like a
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
So the frontage of a
okay.
building, about 20 foot wide, about 10 foot high, I believe, but it goes back into underneath. Yes.
Alright. Well, we can. You didn't go inside, Yella. We need to find out exactly what's in there, anyways.
Oh well. Opens door.
We're not there.
Okay. So.
Oh
let's-
no! I thought you were talking in character because I
Yeah.
said I was going to go back, or you were
you're-
caught up.
I was I was telling you, yeah. Why didn't you look inside? But I wasn't telling you to go though. Yeah, I don't want you to go by yourself. I think one time is enough.
Okay, well, come on.
We should. Time is of the essence. I want to get out of here as fast as possible.
Because still got those giant flying thingies.
They went around. Hopefully, the door is okay.
Okay,
Alright.
well,
Head on in.
Okay. To head closer, let's move to the map.
sounds
We
like
have
Scooby Doo
maps.
music here.
Tension music.
Do we have to sneak to the front?
Are you sneaking?
Like we're either sneaking or announcing.
Oh, I am
ourselves.
sneaking.
Then can I have a stealth roll, please?
Okay. Unless it's, just to be safe, I'll tap Yeller again with Blessing of the Trickster, in case it's been an hour.
With
just-
my
Lucas-
rolls?
What do you want me to do? Give it to the one in heavy armor?
Who's got a
I can't give it
disadvantage?
to myself.
All right. Good luck.
16.
You can cancel the
Get to the door.
disadvantage.
All of us are stealthy.
Eh.
now.
Uh,
Wait.
What's the chance he's gonna get another nat 20 on stealth and he's out on it?
So the plan is.
so we've got.
I just need someone to fail more than I did.
Which is 8.
Wait, that's not. No, wait, that's. Wait, I thought we were a
Someone having
team.
disadvantage makes that more likely.
We're a team. Oh my God.
I like the thought. I like the thought behind it. I do.
That's what Lady Grace would do.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I do like the thought behind. So let's do that. So you start moving up, and you're now on the map. You should be on the map.
Yep.
And there's the front door. Let's check.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah. As I'm walking, you just hear clickling, 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 clickling.
I would move to about here, right near the door.
Yep.
Clickling.
There we go. So the door is slightly ajar, but it's actually slightly ajar the other way. There's a handle.
Can I- Okay. No, because I saw the hand. I saw the empty little bit here. I thought, oh, that's where the door is.
Yeah, but slightly ajar
I
the
would
other
have
way.
swung that way. Oh,
So it's not can't really see in, but it's certainly not closed, locked,
Mhm.
like closed and latched. But it's just slightly in,
Yeah.
but it still can't see in yet.
Open it.
nods and just pushes the door and just opens up creakily.
Ooh.
Opens up. Sorry. Music Scooby Doo. Imagine yellow lady Grace. And Scooby-Dooby-Doo. Okay.
The door does. I was trying to find the creaking door, but it just.
That's yeah.
Wrong
We
one,
heard the open
sorry.
door sound. That's fine.
I know there's a creaking door here. I did the wrong one. Let's open the door, and the door reveals a small room about 20 foot by 20 foot. It does indeed go into the mountainside or into the cliffside, and on the other side are two large bronze-bound doors, oaken doors, and off to the side there's a small, what looks to be a holy font, and there's dirt covering the floor, and there's rubble.
Hello?
I'm like looking over Luca's shoulder, like, I can't see anything.
Hello?
Walks in.
just looking over. Like, stop! Don't no pushing! Stop! No pushing! Come on.
So you look in, and there's indeed dirt on the floor. The font seems to have some blood near it. And there's these large, massive doors which just cover dominate the room in front of you.
Can someone check the font? It
Check
looks
someone's-
like it either bleeding into it or it might be a
No,
trigger
there's
in there.
blood.
No.
There's just blood
like
in
some-
the area.
Can
Instead of
spill
bleeding
some
into
fruit
it.
punch here or something.
I like
Shucks.
lean over to Luca. Is this another one of those? It's the big doors are too obvious.
I mean, it's a giant door, and there are. I mean, doors are always obvious. That's why they're doors.
Can I look for hidden doors?
Look for hidden doors.
Yeah,
Um,
push my hands all
where are you
along
looking
the
for hidden doors?
walls. Just along the walls.
So an investigation along the walls.
And then can we read the words?
So you don't find anything along the walls as hidden,
Okay.
like for any panels or whatnot.
Okay.
Can I roll
tried.
a general investigation check? See if
For
I
finding,
find out.
Yep.
For finding anything that could, just general. What's in my rolls today?
they're
Actually,
not good.
get the bad rolls out today. So next week when it's important, we're good.
Are you saying these are throw characters? We can keep doing these mini one shots. They can continue.
I'm already attached to Lady Grace.
There's already attachment. She named her character. The attachment was finished.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that's the attachment, the naming.
Okay.
So you don't seem to find any secrets or anything like that with that roll.
I
What is
mean, I
the,
think it might just be through the doors.
You said there was font on the walls, right?
Did you want to have a look at the font with
Yes.
Luca?
Is that what this is over here?
Yes, that's the font on the corner. Yes. So the font is a
Okay.
half moon shaped stone font set onto the eastern wall near the double doors. The edges and the interior of the bowl are stained with what looks to be dried blood. When you get closer, there's a small knife which sits just inside the font. Also, it sits precariously on the bowl, the rim of the bowl.
Like some.
Does it look like
There's
the blood
also,
is
when you
fresh?
look closely, carved into the stonework, just above the font, it says "Offer and pass freely."
Okay, well that's. Does it look like the blood is fresh? like recent?
It's hard to tell.
Shaved wrongly, it seems. Strange. Enter and pass freely. Wait, are they asking for a toll?
You asking
I
for what?
put 1 silver piece.
Oh, a toll. Oh. You put 1 silver piece where?
I guess on the little fount area.
Like on the edge, like the daggers on the edge,
Yeah.
or in the font itself.
Let's put it in like one of those coin fountains at malls.
Okay, you put it in. You put it in the small bowl because it's only a really small bowl, and there's now a coin there. No difference that you notice.
That was a waste of a silver.
It's
Well,
still
you can
sitting
still-
there.
Yellow goes over, takes a knife, pricks
you
his
can put
finger,
your hand in there. I'm a lady.
Wait, what are you
drops
doing?
a piece
Yella,
of blood into the font,
Yella, no, Yella.
and then
that's
takes the
how you,
coin.
That's how you summon ghosts, Yella.
Takes
Don't do
the coin.
that.
And I did notice Luca just runs to the other side of the. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. No.
Wait, that's how you summon ghosts, Yella. What are you doing?
Oh.
What? Wait, where did it go?
Wait, what happened?
Okay.
Wait, what happened?
Did
As
it
Yella
just
disappears.
disappear?
What the? Yella? Oh god, the building ate him. There's a ghost here. There's something here.
I go over to Luca and just put an arm around his shoulders and go, okay, you next.
Wait, next.
After you.
Wait. What did? Oh.
I'm not sure if it was putting the hand in the blood or pricking the finger, but I'd like you to figure out that.
Or
so I don't
taking the
get it.
coin. You did see
Or
the
taking the coin.
the reach
I
into
mean, I
pi-
could. Yeah, I would. But that's. So why don't you?
Would I lose a hit
Try
point
that
for that drop?
first.
For that drop? Sweet, good.
I'd like to keep
12.
my hands nice and clean.
Gritting his teeth, he's just like, all right, I will. My lady, I'll do it first, I guess. Just. Can you give me a coin?
So what are you doing?
I'm gonna throw a coin.
I'll give him a silver piece.
No, give him a copper. He's been here.
Thank you.
I don't have a copper. I'm assuming that he's not gonna make change.
Luca is broke. Anyways, gets the silver. All right.
Lucas spent all his money on abacuses.
Shh. I put it on
To
there.
calculate armor class.
Alright. I put the coin in the fount, and I just
Nothing
I
happens.
take it out. I take it
Then
out.
you take the coin out. Nothing.
Well, Yella's dead. Unfortunate. Well, I look back at Lady, just like, I guess we should go. He must have died in this
There's
place.
2 doors in front of you.
You could do the other thing he tried.
I could.
Frankly, now I know that I don't have to get my hands all bloodied. I'd do it, but then I think you'd just run away.
This is for armor. It's for armor. It's for armor. You know what? It's for armor. All right. Oh, I hate needles.
I bet there's a nice, beautiful set of full plate mail behind there.
Oh, plate mail and more shields. That's all I need. All right. Ha!
Okay, that's 1 point of damage. Because you went.
I just went, beep.
My
That's a
finger.
point of damage.
Wait.
You stabbed your hand.
that
Ah, my finger. Oh, Yella. Oh, you're alive. Wait, is this hell? Oh no, it's still the same building, I think.
Can I have a perception check, please, Lady Grace?
Oh, yeah. Did I click it? Did it not work? There it is. Oh, sorry, I rolled twice.
Okay. As you're passing the door, you notice that you notice something that strikes you as kind of strange. That you see, as you're passing the door, you just see a gap between the two doors, which you didn't see before, and behind it you see that the gap is exactly the same, and it looks like they're. It's more of the case of the doors are one piece of wood, and the boundings of the doors, the frame of the doors, the brass bindings of the doors on the outsides, just come together, and there's a gap between them, but there's still wood, the same wood grain between the two.
Oh.
I'm gonna regret this. Can I peek through?
As in, you look at you between the two doors is still the same piece of grain of wood, and you can track the same grain of wood from one side into the middle and to the other side, and the only thing that's separating is the brass bindings that are. Looks like it's two separate pieces of wood.
It's a false door.
But as you look closer, you also notice that there's a small hole.
Go look into the hole.
Now,
Near the actual door,
my
like the deep hole.
instincts tell. Okay, so like a keyhole, kind of.
Well, there's a keyhole, yes, but you see one above where the keyhole would be, like above the pool.
Can I like stand off to the side, hopefully, and then try and open that door?
Yep. So you stand off to the side. You'll still need to be able to be near the middle to pull, but you'll stand off to the side from where the. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay. Can I get just a strength, please?
No, I'm not very strong.
She's taking her time, isn't she? Well, she's a lady after all.
She ran away. Oh, so, that's what I was gonna do.
So you give it a quick pull, a quick jab to pull, try to open it, and a bolt just flies across the room and hits the other side of the room and shatters.
Oh, darn it! I would have taken that had it not shattered. Well.
And can I get a dex save, please?
Oh no! It was just too tempting.
As the ceiling starts crumbling and drops from above you, and you jump out the way.
Okay.
You jump out the way, but the ceiling above the two sides of the door drops in rubble.
We hear that?
Yes, you both hear that from the inside. You couldn't hear anything else, but that one you do hear.
Yella, the crater, it's spreading.
Probably just a trap. It's probably just a trap door, the ceiling falling in, explosive bolts, poison traps.
I don't think Grace is that dumb to check for traps by herself.
She calls herself Lady Grace.
Oh yes, sorry, lady. That's the cover of the
she calls herself Lady Grace.
Still get to the thing.
Yes, you can still get to the thing.
Yeah, it's.
I'm gonna give just a little cut on my arm.
And what about the silver?
Perfectly kept fingers for spell. Oh no, I don't put a silver in.
There, and you moved inside.
No.
You tried the door, didn't you?
She's alive.
No, in fact, there were scoundrels that came through, and I simply had to dispatch them myself before.
Can I get a deception roll opposed by deception roll opposed by perception, please?
Okay.
Perception? Or sight? I mean.
That's pretty good. So as she's saying that, you see that her fine clothes have a lot of rubble dust on it.
Now,
Yes, my
what have you
lady.
found? I'm sure that in the time you've been sitting around
We were
here,
waiting for
certainly-
you.
We found a lot, actually. It turns out there are stairs going downwards.
Yes, they
So-
are.
It's what we found.
Yep, stairs downwards, which we now travel down.
Mm-hmm. Oops, what's happening there? Okay, so you start traveling down the stairs. The stairs itself, you go down about 50 feet, and as you're getting further down, you can hear chanting.
Clink, 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 clink. Clink, 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 clink. I can't say anything. Clink, 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 clink.
Clink, clink.
What is that? Do you all hear that?
You, yes, but also chanting. Can I? What language would that be in?
Yeah. Can
Would I have
What languages do you have?
Elvish, Infernal?
You had to do Infernal, didn't you? Because you knew it was DIA.
No.
It is Infernal.
Wow.
Yeah, I didn't make my preferred enemy enemy fiends. As I keep saying, Infernal is the language of the evil of language. Infernal is the language of lawyers.
Lawyers, yes. Contracts, etc. But you can hear chanting down below. It seems to be coming from a chamber.
Sounds like nothing but a whole lot of rubbish to me.
Listens for a few seconds, tries to understand what's being said. Do I recognize any of the words from that?
It's a kind of a weird language, but you're recognizing the emotion and more of the theme of what's being said rather than key words. It seems to be something else going on, but they seem to be either summoning or sacrificing.
Cults.
There certainly are
Why
stuff
does it
going
have
on.
to be cults?
Well, can you see them?
Door closed.
Do they have?
There's no door. You just hearing
Okay.
from below the stairs. As in, you're several flights down, and you're hearing this coming from chamber below.
All right. Well, I tried to go into the chamber.
Wait, tell her.
Okay,
What else are we going to do?
that's a new way of doing things.
We could leave. That's probably the best. Angelica, you cannot go.
No.
I still owe you. Can we sneak? Can we try to
You
sneak?
still
out?
owe me. You took my
True, but
silver piece.
Well, that was a gift. I'm sure. By your grace. Of course. Oh well. Okay. Well, all right.
Oh well.
This isn't good. I don't even know what's going on.
You don't.
Jesus
I just did not
Christ.
expect someone to just go. I go down.
Well, I was expecting. Well, on my screen it was just like the stairs, nothing else apart from that door. Or apart from there, I
Well,
couldn't
that's
see
just the
past
wall
that.
because it doesn't go down. But yes, you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's a thing. Whoops. Sorry. Whoops.
What was
That
that?
one. Map cover. There you go. I just exited from the game. I'll be right back.
Oh, fair enough.
Like, whoops.
I have a question. Is initiative count as an ability check?
No.
Just wondering.
I know some people say you can get advantage on initiative check. There's a feat for that or something, an ability for that, but I don't see it as an initiative check. I really don't. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I mean, there's like alert that can give you. I think it's like a +10 bonus to
Yeah.
initiative.
Oops.
Donkulus.
Ava
So-
has that, doesn't she? That's why she's always going before everyone else.
Yeah, and she's got high dex. She's got +5, +4 dex,
Bloody hell.
or +5 for dex.
think-
Yes.
She has like
That's why.
15, I think. something? No, it's just plus 10 to
Yeah, it's.
initiative. Wow.
Why I don't think I've ever went before her in initiative. Ever.
Have I been for her initiative?
Yes,
Okay.
but not enough to hold her back.
Oh, God.
Well,
Okay, so that's done. I did not expect you to do that, but hey, that's why combat starts.
That's okay. Gives us
I-
more time to plan, but we spent that time talking.
we did.
You were arguing. It's like.
We're supposed we're supposed to be stealthy. I mean, we're not the best. But
Yeah, I was expecting a stealth roll, or expecting, okay, I'll
thought we
approach
were
down, have a
we
look,
would've-
or... No, I just
Oh, I was
walked right
going-
in.
I was going to stealth, and I went, you know what? Fine.
No, just walk
go
right
in.
in. Yep. Dumb. Okay, so you just walk
Can
right in.
I guess I can use my bonus action to say, praise me.
Yellow.
And
did you
also,
roll initiative?
do you want? I haven't rolled initiative yet. I
Oh,
wasn't.
okay.
We do need you to roll
Initiative.
initiative.
Okay.
We've got dice rolling on the screen now. So can everyone
Oh,
set up the dice to roll? That's actually why I ended up how I quit
I
out, because I pressed the wrong buttons. So automatically roll all the works. Okay, so we've got everyone set up. Got one high. I want to do like ascending for do the opposite ones. So starting at 20, start low, just because. But no. So, Lady Grace, as you see Yella just start walking out, and you see Yella walking into a light area, you act first.
I'll go. Well, go on, Luca. You're in front of, and I'll just push past Luca. Walking far too slow. Come on. And can I go, or I guess I don't know where I end up if I walk past Luca and continue going downstairs.
Well, do you want to walk past Yella, or do you want to walk past...
yeah, he's right in front of me.
I'll put you so you can see where Yella is.
Okay, yeah, because I'm like, I can't
That's
see
the
where
scene.
Keller is.
You go look. You can look
Okay.
to where Yella is, and just look around and go, oh.
And is it obvious that we've been seen?
Well, let's describe the scenario itself here. And describe the scene of what you're seeing.
I love looking at black screen.
So, atop a bloodstone slab is a human body bound in chains and surrounded by humanoids wearing mottled green and black robes. One of them is in the process of carving a symbol into a man's chest with a jagged knife. While the others chant haunting tones, they have looked up and they are looking at Yella as you poke your head around the corner.
This is pretty much what I imagine. Heads around the corner.
You see weapons on the other side of the room, and drag marks
I
across
look
the floor,
between.
like they were very heavy to carry.
I look between Yeller. I look to Luca. Debate for a second. I'm like, okay. Looks like we're going to have some fun today. And I will take a couple steps out. And I will cast. Oh, I only have
Fireball?
So.
Yes, we're 5th level. No,
Sorry, I'm not reservoir.
there are ways
I
of
will-
amping this up. Do you want me to amp it up?
I'll go ahead and pull out my crossbow, and whichever cultist is the one that's carving something into that other guy's chest, yeah. Hopefully he's gonna get hit by a crossbow.
Actually, it'll probably be this one because he's at the side
Okay.
to do chest spots.
Hey, That's convenient. He's close. Except I rolled an 8.
Yeah, and an 8's not going to hit the cultist in the back.
I just can't roll well on attack rolls in this group.
It'll
I swear I
change.
roll better. I roll better in other groups, I swear.
So your crossbow bolt,
Ew.
your crossbow bolt goes into his robes, and you don't hear a shout of pain or anything like that, but it hits his robes and kind of disappears into that way.
Well,
And
that's unfortunate.
the other cultist, standing at the head of the ceremony,
That-
looks up and sees you casting the spell, and pretty much at the
Oh no,
same
it's just my
time.
crossbow.
Okay, so,
It's
well,
no
yes, of
spell.
course. See you pulling out your crossbow, of course, and at the same time, he moves in to attack you. As you shoot past him,
Probably should have. Did you back up?
as you're shooting past him as he starts his running,
Oh.
and let's get an attack roll.
Good luck.
We're all gonna
Don't roll
die.
better. Don't roll better.
10.
That's rolling over 10. He's not going to be able to hit you. Wait, can he hit you with a 10?
That's horribly rude. No,
Just checking.
no. My AC is 15.
Okay, just checking. I didn't really know. So that's his turn. The bandit on the other side of the room looks at the intruders, and he runs over to. He goes to the corner and picks up. What shall a bandit pick up? I think a sledgehammer.
I was hoping he'd have a big ego and be like, "Oh, I can wield a great sword."
No, I think a sledgehammer is good enough.
Keystone Cop's moment. He picks up the great sword and he just falls backwards.
And he starts moving back to the group.
Oh no.
So he's got the sledgehammer. And you see him expecting, like, as he's moving back, he's confident but also wary of being attacked by taking the dodge action. Yella.
Sighs, walks up next to Lady Grace. Can I get the cultist here, or do I need to move over here?
So
Actually, I'll move over here.
you can hop off, or you can move past.
I'll move past. And...
Yep.
Oh, actually, no, there's a door there.
So you
I
could have
can
hopped off
actually-
to here, or
Yeah,
you
which
can
I'm
move
gonna do.
past. Yeah.
I'll do it to here, and I'll do a short sword direct to the cultist here.
Okay.
Because I can't get anywhere for range, so short sword it is.
A
13?
13 is a hit, I believe.
Yep.
So
And
deal your
1d6.
damage.
So we 1d6 plus 3. So it's not auto rolling. So I just. If I click this again, will it actually do it? No, it doesn't.
No, you click the actual short sword writing.
Yeah, I did actually click short sword riding. And didn't actually roll damage type.
There you go, I did it then. 4.
Okay, 4. So
Um,
4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, no, defect. Never mind.
No, that's a 1 with your adds.
Curse this.
Yes, it's already added in. So 4.
That's weird. Why I didn't do that.
Why didn't that work?
It didn't work for me.
Okay.
But anyway, let's move on.
Something else that wasn't working for me anyway. So
Okay.
he's taken damage. You stabbed him.
Mhm.
The cultist with the dagger looks up, throws the dagger at you,
Mhm.
and then pulls out a scimitar. So
Do I need to roll a throws a dagger at me, so I need to roll a dex check.
why? What?
So I thought you said throws the dagger at me.
He does.
Yeah.
Do you use dex
Yeah.
checks to avoid damage?
It's an AC. It's a
It's your
dice
AC.
throwing it down.
Okay, so 14.
So he throws the dagger.
Meets.
Where'd that go? 14. Was that right?
Yep, meets.
Okay. Why didn't that not do the? Oh yeah, that does the damage there. For all of, wow, 5 damage.
It's 3.
As this sacrificial dagger stabs into you.
Oh, that hurt.
I know, and it already had blood on it. So it's like infection and like, yeah, just bloodborne viruses, trading needles. That's all bad. Don't do it. Getting too deep there. Next bandit. He moves to the other side and picks up another large hammer. But doesn't make it back. Luca.
Okay, can I move to the other side?
Yes.
I've had a
So
black
on your
sheet.
turn, you can move down. You
Oh.
can start there. That's what's
Okay.
happening.
Oh. Oh.
Yeah.
I moved down. I actually get a view, and I just look. I'm just. Oh, there's a lot here. I thought you said 4 to 5. All right.
I did say 12 originally.
That's true, but whatever. I'm. All right.
You were closer than the numbers I gave you. They were just the numbers that were actually stealing.
For the armor. Whew, okay, I come in and I'm going to attack with my longsword, one-handed.
From there, you're going to have to go into further. You're too high up on the stairs.
Okay, fair enough. One. Can I do this? Like this?
If you jump over, I will do an attack of opportunity.
Jump over here. Oh, can I walk past Lady Grace and put it over and go that way instead?
Yes, you can walk past. Yes. Or you can jump down there and have to do an acrobatics.
Luca is not a jumper.
Luke is not a jumper. So would you
He's
like
not
to
a
go
jumper.
from there?
Graceful here.
Excuse me. And then I'm going to go past Grace. Actually, are we doing flanking, Karsh, or no?
Yeah, I do the normal really cheap flanking. But
Okay.
you're flanking the one in the middle.
Yeah, then I'll be doing this then. Okay, I'm just asking just in case. All right, longsword. As Luca goes in to slash with his longsword. 13.
13 is a hit.
Okay, let's do
Should
it.
be able to click on the longsword down on it, and that's the slashing.
Got it.
Just
Just
6 damage.
slashing right through a mask. Wow,
Would you like-
animations.
Get it now.
Would you like to
Oh.
describe
Yeah.
the death?
Of course. Luca runs down the stairs as quickly as possible. He just like, excuse me, and then just goes past Grace and just comes along as he sees Yeller being getting hit by a thrown dagger and seeing both of his companions being attacked. He just comes in and just slashes right through the mask, just straight through the head, just lump, and just like, oh, I'm so sorry, I didn't mean that to happen.
So
Oh.
sorry
Thank you,
for
Luca.
killing the.
Well, I sliced straight through the mask, like through the head. I was trying to hit his chest. A little bit too fast. It just goes straight through the head. It's like, oh,
Sorry.
sorry. I just turn around and with my shield, just like blocking the way, if possible.
Okay. This bandit's go. Moves in to there and attacks Luca.
Attack me! I'm sorry. Didn't mean to kill your friend. Oh my god, I didn't mean it! I'm sorry.
That's a hit.
Oh.
That's a almost max damage hit.
I have a question. Can I use my lucky on that?
Your lucky armor?
No, lucky, my feet that I took.
You picked up lucky?
Yes.
So you did the human variant.
Yes, human.
picked up-
I'm just checking this. I didn't even know you did this.
Can
Can you use it?
I-
Well, easy way of just clicking on
Yeah.
the thing and put it into chat.
Technically, I think.
If it's a crit, I'm not sure.
You have 3 luck points, so that you can spend 1 lucky. Yep.
Okay. And can I just? Can I
But is
use
it
on
yours
that?
or is it canceling
Yeah,
someone else's?
It says
Yeah,
you can
either.
also spend 1 luck point when an attack roll is made against you. Roll a d20 and then choose whether the attack uses the attacker's
Yeah.
roll or yours.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
can use it. So you roll a d20, please.
16.
Do you want to choose the 16 or the 20?
I would like to choose the 16, please.
I like to choose the 16, Alex.
Is this a bandit with a hammer or something? What weapon is this?
Scimitar.
Scimitar? Okay. I was just slicing, about to shank.
So
I just
this
bring
is the one with the scimitar, and you see his face as if he's killed you, and somehow it's just not happened. But he thinks that he's swept through, he's confident, he turns around, looks down on the ground, and you're still there. And he doesn't know how that's worked. And you're the only person that knows that you should be dead right now.
I just saw my family.
You have a family?
I wasn't just dropped off by Stoic.
So this one I'm going to start with less hit points because he was being sacrificed. He gets up and tries to attack Yella. But it's a punch attack.
Okay. So the way I've been rolling tonight.
What do punches do? They do.
It's just a it's only a D. It's a D4 if they're like proficient with it.
Yeah.
But it's a D1 if it's just a flat punch. I think.
I usually do
I think
D3.
normally it's 1 plus strength. I think.
Okay, 2.
If they're not like a fancy monk.
Yeah, not a fancy monk or a tavern.
There you go, punch.
Punch
So I'm
attack.
adding in as we go because we're improvising as we go. And he comes in and as he goes to punch, he strains himself because he's still bleeding from the cuts in his chest, and he's still bleeding and just hurts himself even more from the cuts in his chest. So he throws his punch off. Lady Grace still standing on a little bit on the stairs, and
Yes, which is quite nice. I think I'll take another step back up onto the stairs, get a nice vantage point of everyone, and of course I'm going to have to go after the one who attempted to hurt Luca because Luca saved me from this one cultist. So I will aim at this one with
His
my
eyes are
crossbow.
still bright wide. Almost died.
Will a 12 hit?
oh, I saw it rolling onto the 20. Bad. A 12 misses. Oh, just check.
I feel like
wait,
that
no,
happened
wait.
a couple days
They've got
ago,
different
too.
ACs. 12 hits those ones.
Fantastic! Okay.
Different ACs.
I actually did something. I'm helping Luca. 5 damage.
For 5 damage.
Yay!
Lucky I checked this. So there we go. Okay.
That's
The
all I
one,
can
the
really
one, the one underneath him, sees what you've just done, and he yells out, "Get the archer!" And he himself moves around and comes towards you. And he's the one with the maul.
Oh no. Guys, I'm gonna die.
Only if he hits,
Only if he hits.
which he doesn't. He swings. He tries to swing up the stairs, but the wall gets in his way, and then he gets really frustrated and moves it to the other side, prepared for the next shot. And
Cleric,
it
thank you
is
very much.
Yella's go.
As much as I want to attack that cultist in front of me, I'll get the ones attacking Luke. Milady Grace. Because I'm hoping that they'll heal us when we're done. So,
I will.
okay, good.
I'm just trying to be wise.
All the dice gets. Oh.
I just put on the table now. I'm dead.
A 2 and a 1.
No. Can we add them together and make them 12?
No. Would you like to describe your failure?
As he was going to attack Lady Grace, Yellow puts out his sword trying to stab, and the sword goes from his hand. So he's now doesn't have his short sword.
Are you sure you want to give that
sword.
up? I just wanted to have you fail.
All right, then the short sword just gets out of the way, and I just don't hit. Done.
Okay. Yes. I don't do the severity
And-
like Sky would.
Okay. And
You still have movement if you like.
I am going to move away. I'll take the attack of opportunity. I'll
From
get
which
2 attacks
one?
of opportunity. I'll get 2 attacks of opportunity, won't I? If I move away.
Depends where you go.
I'm going to go down here.
Oh, that's
Yes, that's 2.
Yep,
That
I'm
would be
getting
2. Are you sure you want to do that? Your
Yes,
actions
I am.
may cause your death.
I don't have healing word. I only have cure wounds.
You're
Okay.
not liable for
Can't
death.
get you that
We
far.
have the
I'll
puncher
do it.
first.
All right, Yellow.
Oh,
The person punching first.
good.
That's a
7.
miss.
That's 10. That's
The-
good. I like that.
The one up on the stairs, though, with his maul.
Okay.
Is that a hit or a miss?
That's a hit. That's a fortnite. There'll be a 14 that will hit me.
That's it.
16 will hit me.
And we have lots of
8.
damage.
That's a lot.
8.
That's a lot of damage.
And I'm down.
Ah. Oh, well, that would mean that he would have fell down right there.
Yep.
Well, you moved that first part, but yes.
So I'll be
Sorry.
-1.
Unto unconscious. You're not dead, but it goes to that. When it goes to
Yep.
unconscious, it automatically will switch across with the API. We're using new API for the first time here. So that was a smart decision. The cultist next to you
Oh, great. I just realized. I'm an idiot.
moves over to you. He looks around his body for a dagger, but then realizes no, he's thrown it at you.
As he moves closer, I'm gonna yell.
So
I'm
he
gonna yell
moves
at him.
here
Say,
and he spends his action to
Leave.
collect his dagger from before.
Leave him alone.
So he collects his dagger as his action and then moves to the other side and grabs hold of your arms to start dragging you towards the altar.
Oh, great.
So you get to there. That's pretty much all his movements and all his actions. That would be Bandit next. Bandit gets to here and has an action.
Fight me.
Well, you've got luck points.
Yeah. Fight me.
No. He swings and misses wildly. He's trying to miss his friend on one side and the cultist on the other trying to drag a body. He's trying to get your shot in, but no, can't get anywhere close to you. Luca. That's you, Will.
I know it's me. I know.
Wait, he had advantage on that.
He
Still
does
missed,
have
though.
advantage on that. 15 still missed. My AC is
Yeah.
19. Yeah. Eyes bloodshot. He really does not want Yella to die. He's gonna look back and all around. He's going, let him go, and he's gonna just charge at the cultist.
That's an attack of
One attack
opportunity.
He
Oh,
attacked.
No, it's not, because he's already done it.
No, yeah, because he already spent his reaction.
Yes.
I'm gonna go and almost. I want to shove him away, but I just want to attack him too. I'm gonna attack him with my long sword. I'm gonna drop my shield and just with 2 hands.
Okay. Do your big attack. That's a hit. That's damage.
Just eyes bloodshot. Let him go. Slap.
As he was pulling the body of Yella with dagger in hand, he's leaned over pulling the body of Yella, and he looks across just to see the sword come into his head, and collapses and lets go.
Who's next? Come to me. Come right here. Who's next?
The altar, though, is now covered with blood.
All right.
Any other actions or movements or?
No, I just yelled. I can't do anything else. Is it a bonus action to throw ball bearings, or is that just regular action?
I didn't hear that. It was a bonus action for.
Is it a bonus action to throw ball bearings? Is it a bonus action to throw caltrops? Is it a bonus action to throw oil?
I think it's an action.
It's an action, yeah. They're all action.
Yeah. Sorry.
Not enough time.
Um.
Wish I had action surge.
Yeah. It's a. So bandits time. They're not flanking though. It's really annoying. Though he can. He's going to move around you to try to flank.
Okay.
He's the one that's already injured and only has the scimitar.
Yeah. AC 17. It's a crit. Can
That's
I
a
use
crit.
lucky on that?
Yes, you can. Roll again.
Lucky is the bane of every DM's existence.
13.
I had to do it. I don't know
Again,
what else I was gonna
the
say.
same thing. He. Again, the same thing. He swings his massive hammer and comes down, turns around, and again, he thinks you should be dead. You're the only one in the room that knows why you're not.
Because the roll persuasion, the hammer is cursed.
Same guy.
I saw
Same guy. He's rolled 2 criticals.
my dog. I saw Lassie. She was here.
This guy starts pulling the body
I'm pulling the ball. Okay.
and
Pulling
puts
the
you
ball.
up on the altar as his action.
Good. Action. That's okay.
Action economy. Lady Grace.
All right. Well, yeah, I will move over here, even though I really don't want to. So I will jump down from the steps and
That's
run
an
over
attack of
here.
opportunity. No, he's already
No,
done
see,
them. He keeps on.
yeah, he
It's
spent his
everyone.
reaction,
It's crazy.
Everyone from
which
the
is
same
the only
person.
reason
Yeah.
why I feel comfortable doing
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
And I will grab Yeller's arm and I will cast Cure Wounds
Yep.
Yay.
for all of 4 healing.
Oh my goodness, no!
But what? Are you a death cleric? Because that would have been max.
No, I'm a trickery cleric.
Oh. Wait, trickery? That's not nice. So this is the when you heal, and wait for the green. It should turn up at some point. Anyway, it will turn up at some point.
Yeah.
But you healed, and Yellow, you're laid out on an altar covered in blood. The altar itself is covered in blood, but you wake up and you quickly check. It's like it's not yours.
And then I'm gonna
There's a
move
cultist above you with a dagger.
back 1 step.
No attacks of opportunity. You're back 1 step. You've saved Yellow. Wow, that sounds so wrong. How old is Yellow? Just asking.
98.
So it is old Yellow.
He's
Okay.
old yellow.
Well, I mean, not for an elf.
Yeah, he's barely an adult.
Young yellow.
Yeah. Compared to Lady Grace.
Who's perpetually how old? How many years?
Perpetually 98.
So the bandit then moves to try to take on Lady Grace again.
Well, that's not
So everyone keeps on running away from him. Yes, that is
He's
advantage again.
terrifying. Wow.
Misses. Again, he's prepped himself for going up the stairs, and now he's down off the stairs. He's hit the wall again because he's facing the wrong direction.
I just look back. Can I help you, dear?
I'm tempted of just giving you another attack, just for yeah, just for the
I don't think
taunt
bandits are those
ability.
reactions.
That wouldn't
Yella.
be the first time my character saying something got them in trouble.
Damn rules! I can't do it. Yella, you're on a sacrificial altar.
I'm a sacrificial altar, lying prone. I spin her move again up, and I'm going to go fine, and stabs the cultist in front of him. After saying, okay, all good. Yep, all here, good. Short sword on the cultist.
Heads here, arms are here,
Please.
legs are here.
Everything's fine.
Reproductive
Oh,
organs are here. Yes, good.
oh,
Go
no.
and
Oh.
without losing your weapon again. Would you like to describe your failure?
I go for the attack on the cultist who's trying to kill me, and I go nope, and then I cut too high and where the head was, and he ducks like that.
I would have went the slippery blood, but I'll take
Slippery
that.
blood, yeah, slippery blood would work.
That's what I would have thought. But yeah,
Slippery
But
blood.
that ends you up, or that makes you end up being prone.
I
Exactly.
don't give negatives for descriptive. If you describe something, I'm not going to
For
give you a negative
flavor.
for it. Yeah, for flavor. Yeah.
No, it's
But
been
I-
out my
but
action.
I chopped off the tip of my finger earlier, and that was just for flavor.
For extra flavoring. I don't know what you're cooking, but
I mean, you violently, like you were like,
yeah,
I
for
am
that, when someone went tick, done, and you went whack, like yeah, that's I'm taking that.
And
You've used half your movement.
I want to get away. No, my rolls. Okay, so I've got a movement of 35. Would have lost 15. 17, so. Can I get here?
Take an
Please.
opportunity.
Yes. Please be less
Okay.
than 14.
Please,
Cultus.
Please.
He's got a dagger.
I'm risking this.
There's a 16 and there's a 3. The 3 was the attack
think-
roll.
Yes, thank you. Okay, good. I'm away from the attackers. Away from attackers. I like this.
So bandits go flanking against the tank with incredible luck.
Yeah. Macy's currently
Let's try again. What happens in the third critical?
17. Nope.
Okay.
Just ducking with my shield. Just oh, not even my shield, my longsword. Just ducking under it.
That's right, longsword now. I'm waiting for what happens after the fourth critical, really. Luca, it's your go.
See the one with the maul? I'm gonna turn around and look at the one that almost killed me twice. I'm just like, all right, you and me. I don't think this is gonna just slash. All right. 15.
could have been a great love story.
It's not gonna
15
work,
is a
you
hit.
and me.
Well, so is that the one that keeps on failing to do his criticals, or the
this
ones
one. This one.
Okay.
Yes.
that that's a kill? Do you want to do the description of the kill?
Yeah, as he like stabs me, I'm just like, and I dodge out of the way of the maul. I just look behind me, just looking at the maul, just looking at both of them. I realize that this one has killed me twice in another life. And I just like, okay, and just I step forward and just slash down straight through the chest, shoulder all the way down, just slashing in. I'm sorry. It was you and me. This time it was you. All right, looking around. I'm going to move. I want to move here, but I know I shouldn't. But I am. I want to move here. All right. So
Okay. There's no
On top
attacks of
of dead
opportunity, but
bodies.
You're piling on dead bodies and you're adding to. Yeah.
I just wanted to make a triangle. Look, we're pointing down.
I didn't even see that. Math. Okay, so that one's dead anyway. This one's probably soon to be dead. He is actually flanking, but he's actually going to throw his dagger at Yelna. Oh, sorry, Yella.
God.
So cultist.
Does he have disadvantage for a ranged attack?
Please.
Does he?
If you have an enemy next to you, I think.
Jackson. Okay.
Oh, no, that's up
I
to
don't
you.
think so.
I believe that's how it works.
No, I think
Either way.
with range,
Either way.
yeah.
Either way.
It says
Either way. So he starts
He
throwing
throws the
towards you,
dagger.
and it does actually hit you, but with his luck, it hits you pommel first, and then just bounces to your feet, and it causes no damage. And he's so pissed off that he looks whoa, and sees that Luca is right behind. Yes, this is Keystone D&D.
I said, leave him alone.
I can use these sound sets because it's not a serious game.
Version is real.
I don't get to use those parts of the sounds very often. Lady Grace, Magistry. Majesty.
Well, Lady Grace is mostly concerned for her own life right now.
I can see that. But
Sorry.
triangles.
Yeah, so I'm gonna try and take out one of the corners of a triangle. You know. And I will toll the dead this guy. So I think
He is fresh.
It's a wisdom saving throw.
Actually, no, you can't see how fresh they are. You can just see the green, can't you?
If they're full green, are they fresh? They're not. Half
But if they've taken a little bit of damage, you may not know. There's a progression.
Yeah.
There's a percentage.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Agreed.
for me, my main concern is like he's right by me and there's no one else right by him to kill him.
And there's a big giant maul in his hand, like sledgehammer.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I could go after the cultist, but Luke is right there to kill the cultist for me.
And
That's how it
sledgehammer.
works, right?
He fails.
So he will take.
D12.
He takes a D8. It's a D12 if it's missing any hit.
Oh yes, true.
But he's
yes.
fresh, right?
D8. True.
So he takes all of 2 hit points.
So fresh.
And then the blood spouts from his ears and his nose. It's like anime when seeing a hot girl. I
Dear,
don't
all we
get
want
that.
is the weapon. All we want is the weaponry. You really don't have to kill the rest of us.
And a healing potion.
Do you think there's a healing potion here?
I hope.
May not be. I don't know.
One
It's
spell
actually
slot
his go.
left.
Yeah, no.
Die.
So here's retaliation.
Who?
The one that just got told the dead. With advantage.
Oh!
And the 17, I believe, is a hit from that reaction.
No.
And there's damage.
No!
Oh! I'm out, guys!
That's exact. I remember this.
It's exact! I had 8 hit points.
And the
Lady
blood
Grace
splatter.
falls gracefully. Give her down.
And the blood splatter goes
no.
across and doesn't splatter onto you or onto your clothes. So there's no mess at all.
I don't know. I don't have prestidigitation. That's a reservoir spell.
Yellow. You see Grace fall from the impact of a hammer. You have
Awesome, great.
weaponry here.
There'll be no ranged weapons here, is there?
Any weapon you want. Pick one.
I
no crossbow. Sorry, no ballista, no trebuchet, no. If I have to limit it, just have an idea. Normal.
Because I was just going, because I've already got a longbow on me. I was going to use my longbow to attack the band of the cultist.
Yeah.
Yellow found a semi-automatic pistol.
Actually, if there was any bows or weaponry like that, you'd have to then spend your action then getting it set up, stringing it.
Yeah.
No, there's
So, seeing that my Lady Grace has fallen, I'm going to use my longbow and shoot the bandit that fell her.
Yep. Do you want to move into a better vantage point?
Would that be half cover there, would it?
There would be cover because there's a cultist in front. You're shooting.
okay.
Remember triangles? We're shooting right through someone.
Okay, then I would have moved to bat here then.
Oh, absolutely. Clear shot and do your damage. Oh, wait. Yes, do your damage
Okay, thank you.
with a 12.
7.
And the arrow is sticking out of his shoulder, and he's almost dropped his maul, but he's in a lot of pain right now. I can see from the blood splatter.
He's had more health than me.
Would you like to do any other movement?
I shall. How many was that? It was 1, 5, 10, 15, 20. No, it'll be those here. No, I'll stay there.
Okay. It's another bandit's go. The other one on Luca with advantage. With the maul.
It's a miss.
Again is a miss. And
Just dodging this again.
only time I hit you is when I don't hit you. Luca, it's your go. You have
I'm going to
a
block.
cultist. Oh. You have an action surge raid. Welcome in, action surge. Hopefully you've had a great show. We are doing a Adventurers League module as a one-shot because our normal game is not happening. It has been the rolling has been totally Keystone Cops. Every time I roll a critical, the person has luck, which I miss, and everything else is going for ones. So it's really bad. So come in. Luca, it is your go.
Yes, I am going to see Lady Grace fall down from Grace, and I'm going to move over and just yell out, Don't do it!"
Okay.
I'm gonna block the body. I'm gonna stand over her.
So you're blocking the body. There's an attack of opportunity there, at least from one.
Fair. It's advantage.
Are you taking the dodge action as you're
No.
blocking the body?
No. Oh, as I block the body? No.
Or are you actually taking action to attack?
I'm gonna attack. Can I block the body by standing over it, or no?
Yeah. I just didn't know if you were just taking the dodge action to
I'm
block
this,
your body too.
No. He's dead.
Well, you say that. You've got to get there first. Let's do an attack of opportunity first.
Let's do it.
I know if I get a critical, it's probably the only way to hit you, but we're getting through your luck.
Oh well.
No, it's a miss.
Just don't. I didn't want to do this. And I'm gonna slash. No.
Oh!
Would you like to
Has
describe
that been so far?
I think that's half a dozen. Would you like to describe your failure there?
Yeah, sure. I'm gonna slash and just woof, just go on as I try to slash through. He just easily dodges, and it just ching against the wall. Some of my things are gonna drop, and one of my vials of oil drops to the floor. Think. And I'm not sure if it breaks or not. Of course, if you allow me to have a break.
If you want to spend
Man,
the
I
thing,
just washed my hair and you're getting it all oily again.
I mean,
it's suntan lotion.
Oh no, it's I was smuggling some of our smuggled goods. I was taking some.
Smugglers? No, why would you be smuggling? Why are you
Well, it drops
smuggling?
It just splashes.
We were bringing in legitimate kiwi fruits.
Totally not gunpowder into L2L. No.
Oh yeah, definitely not. 100%.
Never.
No,
Why would we be doing that?
that
Yeah,
would
one
be.
of my oils falls to the floor and it breaks a little bit. I'm not sure if it goes on Grace, but it might. That's the end of my turn.
That doesn't wash out.
No.
Easy to watch.
Although my goblin was mixing sunscreen and soaps last night. Bad. Anyway,
Yeah, I would just say it breaks. It doesn't. It doesn't. Say
so
anything. I leave my oils.
you miss and you've moved and you're protecting the body at least. The cultist on the initiative of 3, the only remaining cultist who doesn't have his dagger anymore, still has his scimitar, turns and charges Yella. Because Yella's pissed him off. Yella is his sacrifice.
Does he get the attack of opportunity from
Yes,
Luca?
attack of opportunity.
Thank you.
Been like. Yellow's been fighting this one this whole time.
He had Yellow up on the sacrificial altar, dagger ready. That's a miss for the attack of opportunity.
Oh,
No.
Yeah.
Yellow.
Here we go. With the scimitar on Yellow.
That's a lot.
That's a lot of a hit.
oh.
That's a lot of a hit.
Maybe he
Yep.
rolls min damage.
Oh, that's a horrible min damage.
Wow, that's insane. That's a min.
To wait for the blood splatter. There we go. And that's his action.
Oh, thank you.
My Lady Grace,
So shitty.
can we have a death save, please?
You can. Or you may, I should say.
That's not good.
No rolls today. Physically.
Also, I counted. It was 5 natural ones.
Thank you for counting. I'm sure we're going to get more. Just hopefully you're not going to do one for your next death save. Because that's one failure.
Oh.
That's one down. This may be a very short show today. Just putting that out there. Especially
You
if they
guys
can get
just roll
someone to
it again?
sacrifice. We have a bandit now. A bandit that can't attack Lady Grace can only attack with Luca with his maul.
Yeah. It's literally eyes bloodshot. 13
Nope,
does not.
does not hit.
Yep.
He moves across to here.
I did not pick up my shield, by the way.
No, you dropped it about here, I believe.
It was. Yeah, it was there. Yep.
Yep.
There, that's all.
It's Yellow's go.
Nothing much else I can do apart from stab the cultist in front of me.
Hit, please.
Please hit.
It's a 9.
That's a
I
no.
can see myself out.
That's totally a no. Yep. Okay. So back to the bandits. And he moves in again, flanking.
Yep.
I still have not hit Luca. The only damage Luca has taken was when Luca cut himself
Yeah.
to get into this area.
Stab myself. It was an accident. We didn't do that. It's a 9.
Oh, it One of the dice was C on 19. Damn. 9 is a miss.
Ah! Wow, I'm so lucky.
As I said, I'm not waiting for the third critical. I'm waiting for the fourth to see what the damage does.
Yeah, the fourth.
Um,
I am gonna. I'm
And
gonna
then I'll
yell
probably
out.
roll
and
2
s-
1s.
I'm gonna yell her. Just say, some help over here, please. And I'm going
Kinda busy.
slash the one that's in front of me. This one. It's 9. Just
Which one?
the one. This one. The one that brought down Lady Grace.
Okay. Again.
Slashing through.
Descriptions?
Yeah, sure. I'm gonna, as I just shink, and I just bring it up again and just cut through, just straight from his hip to his shoulder this time. Just, I'm sorry. Yeah. Easily done. Not easily done, but it was a struggle.
The cultist starts yelling at Yellow in Abyssal, and you feel like he's already starting that ritual before he strikes.
No.
Um,
I don't want to watch.
wait. There we go.
I don't wanna win.
An 18.
18. Oh my goodness.
Oh, God. This is one of the
Why-
luckiest cultists ever.
Yeah, this cult is actually like hit.
For 1 damage. And you're on
You are the
1 hit
luckiest
points.
I'm on 1 hit point.
ever.
I will say, I clicked on the wrong weapon. You should have been using a scimitar. It should have been 2, but I went, let's keep going. So he pulled out another sacrificial dagger and started the ritual before attacking. Lady Grace, can we have a second death save? This is where the runs start totaling up.
Here we go.
A success at 13.
Yes.
So we're
I'm not
1
dead.
success, 1 failure. We're balancing life and death.
No, we're not. This evil statistic is cruel.
We can do it. We can do it. I believe in us. I believe in Luca.
Believe in
That's
Luca,
who
don't
I
believe in Yella.
in.
Oh, it's so weird.
They're still actually holding themselves. Like, they're still on the edge here. So I'm going to... let's just do this. Okay. He's still resolved. He still thinks he can win. He's not going to flee yet. After all, he hasn't damaged yet.
Oh, he hit me.
Yes, he did.
He
Finally.
hit me. I'm not gonna use luck on that.
Thank you, finally. Can still do a lot of damage for them all.
Just take me down.
Damage!
Just.
That's min damage. Oh
It's
no,
not
it's
min.
not because it's 2d6. Okay. I
Yeah.
just saw the 1. The
2d6?
1 plus 3.
Oh,
Yeah.
Balls do too.
Those criticals that didn't kill you were nowhere near
Would
maximum
have.
damage.
Those are scimitars, though.
No. The criticals...
Crits
Oh no, the criticals were scimitars, that's right, yes.
Yes. Critting on them all would probably just have killed a couple
If he
of
does
us.
them all once. Lots and lots of ones. Okay, Yella. In the corner, on 1 hit point.
You and your arch nemesis right here.
With a bow at point blank range.
You and your arch like
I-
this is good.
Arch nemesis.
Arch nemesis, technically.
Or arch enemy.
Takes off the mask. He's your brother.
Your father.
Frank, is that you? I-
Yes.
Yeah, it's a hit.
You did it. You did it.
I hit, finally.
It's a hit.
Kill him.
With the short sword.
6.
That's
no,
not a kill.
not a kill shot. Bugger.
You had the ability to kill him in 1 shot then.
Okay,
So there's a lot of blood
logically that
coming from him.
means
Yep.
He only has 3 more hit points.
There's a range, but he was within a range to be killed. It's the bandits' go.
I mean, I wouldn't know that. I'm nearly dead.
Everything's getting faster and faster and faster. He's dead. Yep. No, this bandit's not having a go because the other bandit had to go last round for him instead. Sorry about that. Luke, it's your go.
Oh.
I didn't remove him off the turn order. I used one of the dead ones.
Oh, fair enough. Okay,
So,
sounds
your
good.
go.
I just slash again with my two-handed sword. 16. That's a hit. Is
That's a hit.
it? Okay.
Looking for 12.
6.
6 damage.
Slashing through again, just cutting as best as I can. Eyes bloodshot, teeth grit. Alright. And my turn.
Blood starts spurting finally from the...
Yeah. I am also going to second wind actually. Just in case.
Going to heal.
Yes, please.
Do the healing roll.
Okay, I'm full.
Nice. Brought back to full. And the green glow bring back to full. I'm liking these.
It's APIs.
The API, yeah.
They're very nice.
It is like nice. It's very quick. I don't catch it.
Yeah. There's a little bit of
Please
delay on
miss.
some of them. Okay, here we go. Again, using the dagger. Preparing the sacrifice.
Isn't it scimitar? Oh,
Well,
no,
he's
you
already
said
used the dagger.
He's
Let's
pulled a dagger,
bring
so
the
yeah.
dagger.
Low rolls.
There's a 17, but this is a 9, which was the first one, and he misses. Misses with his dagger. Lady Grace, can I have a third death save? You've got one on each side of life and death. A critical on each side will be 2 plus.
I saw the 4, then the
1
18.
See, all I see, because it takes a while to load, is it says death save, but there's not a number above it, but it says succeeded 2 or 3. So, like, I just see that and I'm like,
I had that too.
we're good.
I had that too. So you've got two saves, 1 failure. We're still in that whole critical 20 or 1 range. Or anything above 10 and then a 1 range.
Yeah.
Yellow, point blank range.
Come on. Slay
You're
him.
both within
I
the same.
stab.
Your brother has fallen into the darkness. You must slay him.
If you hit, he goes down.
Well.
But if he hits you, you go down. 12 is a hit. 12 meets.
Okay.
Nice. Nice.
You
was just
really
earlier.
didn't need that much damage, but would you like to describe that much damage to a 2 hit point creature?
I go for the throat. Stab directly through. Yeah, just go for the throat and cut up the head because I'm pissed.
As you go through the throat and cut his throat, he's still speaking the same words.
Oh no.
And as his body falls to the ground and head separates, the words slowly fade and stop.
Okay. Okay, good. And that's
Would you-
my...
Can you do an attack of opportunity, please, Luca?
Gonna run.
Hell yeah! It was a 2-on-2. He thought he had a chance. He had a bigger weapon than you.
That's fair.
It's no longer 2-on-2.
That's fair.
It's
Makes a lot of sense.
no longer alive either. With that much damage.
As he's running away, I chase after him and just knee him in the back with my
He
sword,
just turns
slam him.
and his body moves, but he doesn't do anything more than start moving before you hit him in the back of the head and he falls over.
All right.
Okay.
Can I try to stabilize Lady Grace.
Victory!
Victory!
Do, 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 do.
Or we can do the other version of the victory, which is the... There we go. Yay! You killed all the
Not yet.
bandits. Well done,
No.
you
There's
murderers.
a lot of them.
Meanwhile,
Yeah.
Lady Grace, can I have a death save, please?
But can I try to stay
The next initiative.
Okay, fair enough. Stabilize.
You stabilize.
Nice.
Not gonna die today.
Yet. We'll have a break and we'll keep going until we do.
Until we die. Oh.
I think we can. I think we've had we've been actually been going for 2.5 hours. I think we can end it here, and we can always come back and do more of these little scenarios when we do have days off. We started late. I'm sorry today because I actually needed to remake an overlay, get that into our broadcasting software, get the Stream Deck set up while the players were getting the characters made, and then I started reading. So I haven't been able to prep up much. So I think I think we'll end it here, and we'll continue these little ones with other characters as well. If anyone not here, we can have other people come in, drop out, similar to Adventures League style, as we build our caravan and head back away from Elturel towards Baldur's Gate with the fireworks and whatnot.
And the kiwi fruit.
Yes,
Kiwi.
totally. Kiwi fruit, yes.
Totally
yes.
kiwi fruit, yes.
We were actually smuggling fruit over the border.
Yes.
That's why we're going.
Have you ever flown from Brisbane to Melbourne? Or Brisbane to any of those? In Melbourne, they always say, if you have any fruits and vegetables, please put in the bins provided. I'm going, or honey, or meat product. I'm going, border control is really a pain.
And so you essentially found all the weaponry that you'll need for protecting a caravan. They didn't sacrifice any of you, which means I couldn't bring out a devil or demon, because that was totally going to be a thing. And Wellham and Volus join the caravan. You've got 2 new recruits for your caravan.
Yay.
Yay.
Yay, the Elturel Trail. Let's go.
Yes. With refugees and rogues. Wait,
Yeah,
Elturel
I
Trail,
think
when you die of
Elturel
dysentery?
Trail. No, you die by sharp, stabby, pointy things.
Yeah.
Or spine devils.
Yeah, you don't die with dysentery, you die by spiny demons.
Oh yeah.
Hold on a moment. As in spine demons.
Let's see. Oh wow.
Oh, buggery.
Yeah, spine
So
demons.
cute. And deadly. And not for us.
That's all now.
We're out of here. Let's go.
There we go. Because that's what
Next
would happen
time-
if they got a sacrifice.
They almost did. That's a scary thing. Thank you, Lady Grace.
No one really asked for what time like they attacked, but they seem to have attacked the smithy pretty much right on the time of the fall. They may have been a little bit earlier.
So that
for
they
that.
knew it was gonna happen.
Who would have
Devilish
never
little.
thought?
But they didn't. So we'll, as I said, we'll finish up today. Thank you for the raid. It's always amazing to have people think that we're good enough to raid, and we love sharing the love as well. So thank you, the Action Sturge. Love the name. Love the pun. Always, really impressive. We're going to share the love as well. We'll do our outros and everything. We'll totally share the love as well. So please stick around for that. But we have people to say who they are.
Okay.
MLP.
first.
Yep.
All right. Hello, I'm Mr. Producer. I played your on again, off again rogue. It was up and down. I'm sorry, I said it's Keystone Cops. This is what it felt like today. I played your elf. I was going to say Dwarven Barbarian. No, it's Elfin Rogue. Yellow.
Ranger.
I thought it's a ranger. It's a ranger, not a rogue.
We're all roguish, but none of us are rogues.
Rogues.
No.
Yes.
That's because we're rogue-ish.
You needed all that D10 of hit points.
I did not need that D10 of hit points. Anyway, I stream pretty much every couple of days on my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/MrProducer, where I mostly do VR content and maybe some other stuff as well coming up soon. Del?
Hey guys, I'm Del. This is pretty much the only place you can find me. Today I brought to you Lady Grace of House Majesty, the human cleric. But hopefully we'll get back up to our Saints and Sinners game and I'll bring you Reservoir, the Waters, and Genasi Sorcerer.
Yes.
Will?
Yes. I'm Will, and today I have been Luca, the coward.
Yeah.
But
Luca was very brave.
He killed like 6 people. So I mean, anyways, yes, I've brought you Luca, the human fighter. And yeah, next week we're back to our regular scheduled programming, hopefully, and it'll be a lot of fun. Hope everyone comes by. Also, I stream sometimes. Yeah.
And where do you stream?
Oh yes, I stream at Fallen HS on Twitch, and I stream. Well, this week I've been taking a small break, but yeah, I stream sometimes. Every Friday we have a lot of fun. Every Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Fridays. So yeah, come join around. It's very relaxing.
Okay. Now, and I'm Cash Goblin. This is the Goblin Cave. I do all this stuff here. We should be back next week with a brand new show. We were doing Fall of Plaguestone in Fantasy Grounds. One of the rare occasions we're going to be using Fantasy Grounds on the channel. And Game Reaper Oz is going to be our GM. Game Reaper Oz from Gathering of Nerds. He's going to be GMing for us. We're going to be running as a very shortened version of the campaign of the adventure path because we're doing as a lead up to the Curse of Extinction, because that's going to be our new main one for that episode or for that time zone. We're still going to have our Let's Plays. We're still going to be doing stuff like that, but at the moment we're doing a lot of back in production. So some of our Let's Plays may end up being production, like overlay creation and stuff like that. But still check around because I'm always willing to chat when doing stuff like that. Next week we should have a normal version of Saints and Sinners, and that should be really cool. Don't know what's going to go on that. I'm guessing we're all going to go into undead, or at least be turning to undead if we fail. I don't know if that's us dying or not, so I'm not really saying we're all going to die because we may just turn into undead instead. So yeah.
Character art either way.
Yay! More character art, yay. The audio that we're hearing is from Syrinscape, because Syrinscape is amazing. Absolutely love their stuff. And we are going to be raiding Zweihander. Zweihander is a small, I say it's small, but it's a really nice system. It's not a big name system, but it's grim, it's dark, and it's really, really fun. I love the world. I'm just trying to set up the raid here. No, I can't do it from that way. Damn. So, trying to type in, what's the name? EI, long spelling, of course. Yeah, so we're going to do Zweihander RPG. They are hopefully live right now. I'm looking like it's getting a weird screen, but we'll try to raid them. I don't have our normal credits roll here because this is just a mocked up, really dodgy overlay, which they hopefully you really think it looks really impressive.
Hey, it looks
but
good.
It's not. It's
For how long you had to set it up, it looks good.
20 minutes for the overlay.
We
from
had
start.
all of,
You should have told me.
half a second's notice.
Yeah. So I knew a little bit beforehand. About 8 o'clock, I found out about having one of the people down about 8:30, another person down, and the episode cancelled. And by that stage, I was half an hour was the overlay, and then getting everyone in and it's been weird. But we made it. Thank you for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Let's go share the love. We have our raid button here. If you're a member of the channel, copy and paste that, and let's go raid Zweihander and share that love. So thank you for coming in, and bye.
Bye, everyone.
Bye. We didn't die.